Hey, folks. I have so much stuff to unpack that I don't know where to begin. I guess I'm going to start with last night. I saw somebody sent me a video that Dumbass did this morning, Dumbass and her husband, which is what this podcast is going to be all about, Dumbass and her husband, Lucy, Ricky, whatever you want to call them. Last night, I guess, they had this guy who has a drug problem. And it's so funny how they pretended that whole time that they give one shit about this person. It's hysterical. How could we know that he was on drugs? And honey, there was meth all over your garage from what I understand. That's what I heard. And you knew this guy was on drugs. And you're trying to be mayor of Hazleton to fix a drug problem. And yet you got a guy. We wanted to help him. You are so full of shit, man. You don't want to help anybody. People understand. You are about you, and it has nothing to do with anybody else. You wanting to help people. Oh, my God. If you knew that 98% of people out there know what a bullshitter the two of you are, it's not even funny. Bigger than cash for kids. Kids for cash, whatever the fuck was that. Yeah. My shit is going to be big. Do you know that your friend Paulie Dealer Fuckdo or whatever his name is, if I went out on Broad Street and announced that I did what he said I did, which of course I didn't because he's a moron, that the statute of limitations is up on that shit, right? There's nothing they could come back at me with that. You people are idiots. You don't even know that. That's how much of an idiot you are. I'm going to use the word idiots quite a bit. Not as much as it is what it is, as Ricky Dumbass. Anyway, so you have a drug addict working for you, letting him use the garage. Yeah, people know. All facts. Yeah, they're facts. Anyhow, you can't even handle one employee, one, and you're going to run a city with 120. Yeah. Why are you going to give people that come for a job for the city, even though they're drug addicts, you're going to give them a shot too? Is that what you're saying? Because you're such nice people. Let me tell you something. You come after my foundation, you're just such a moron. You have no idea what that foundation is. Zero. All the money that has been funneled into that foundation so far came from me. Thousands of dollars that we gave away last year. I would not normally talk about it or talk about what I've done, but since you're so stupid that you brought it up, fucking stupid to bring that up. I give money to families with kids with cancer, and you got a problem with that. You have a problem with that. You are such a moron. Okay, what have you done for anybody in your life ever? Anybody? That's what I thought. A Zippo. Okay, now let's talk about Mr. Keegan. Even though you said, you know what's funny? You said you didn't mention anybody's name. Oh my God. No, you published his whole son's article in the paper. Listen, there is no one out there that thinks that if this guy did what he is accused of doing, and it sounds like he did, thinks that I would give him any. He should be shot in the middle of Broad Street at high noon in front of the whole city if he did what he's accused of. The fact that you think it was important to bring that to the people of Hazleton is such a lie. That's a vendetta that you have. If you go back and look at all your shit on Facebook and look at how you've attacked this man over the years. Listen, I know John Keegan. Do I hang out with him? It's never happened. Have I been in his company it's not ever happened. I know him, but I don't even know that I would call him my friend. But I will tell you this. To attack a man who is 70-ish years old, yes, who is going through probably the worst moments of his life. is evil, which is what you are. You people are evil. There was zero reason for bringing that to. It was about the kids. What about the kids? Are they going to benefit because you told the people of Hazleton that their grandfather lives here? Explain that. Explain that to the people of Hazleton, your constituents. Hysterical. I'm having a very bad lung day, so please bear with me, folks. And by the way, dumbass and husband, nobody cares about your cat. Did you notice, by the way, on your thing that you put, every comment was about the cat? I mean, nobody said anything derogatory about me. Not one. Not one person that I saw. You know, the kids for cashing is ridiculous, and they know it. Just like the VIN plate machine is ridiculous. You have been saying that I would be in jail for 6 years. You have no credibility. I haven't done anything to deserve to go to jail. I transferred a car one time, one car, that turned out to be stolen, unbeknown to me. And I took an ARD deal, which was stupid. That's because I had a stupid lawyer in Harrisburg. And that's the end of that. I have no record, zero. Unlike Ricky Ricardo over there. Anyway, nobody cares about your stupid fucking cat. Now, Tanya's pussy, that's a whole other story. We could talk about that later. She's talking about that on Hysterical. I have to unpack my notes here. I love the fact that you were giving kudos to the police. How about that? Imagine that. It's amazing. I guess you're trying to get on their good side now in case Ethel or Lucy, gets the job. Yeah, I will eat my shoe on fucking Broad Street. If I heard use one more time, it shows the level of your intelligence. By the way, use. And you shouldn't be using the word tangible because you don't know how to spell it. I heard it about 5 times, mostly used in the wrong context. You don't know how to spell it, you shouldn't use it. The coattails of politicians, I heard. What does that mean exactly? Jeff Cassat, I have been in Jeff Cassat's company 10 times in my whole life, if I go back 20 years, including his wedding. 10 times. I don't understand how I am on the coattails of the politicians. Another example of what a moron you are. You are saying, oh, something's coming down the pike. What you're hoping is that the election comes and you win before you have to show that you have zero credibility because nothing's coming down the pike. You're a moron. I just got Notary of the Year award from the people of Hazleton, not even knowing that it was an award. So did I go for it? Did I tell people, hey, vote for me? Couldn't have done that because I didn't know it existed. So, again, idiot. I probably should be drinking coffee. It's the worst thing I could be drinking right now. But anyway. Oh, and you said you haven't been, too vocal lately. That's because the last time we did an interview and then after that with the critique, you came off so stupid. I mean, I was getting standing ovations when I walked in a restaurant. I just want you to know that. It was classic. It was as high as I've ever been in my life to be able to have done that. Walked into a party and people stood up and applauded me. Huh? What do you think of that? Pretty cool. You're making great friends, by the way. We talked about the statute of limitations on my other thing. I could more or less admit that I did some stuff, which I didn't do. But anyway. You said 58 people messaged you. You couldn't get 58 people to message you for any reason on this earth. If you won the fucking lottery, you couldn't get 58 people to message you. Not possible. You don't have that many people, supporters. You just don't. It's not out there. You think you have 400 people? They're all laughing at you. They are laughing at you. You know how I know? Because they stop in my place. Yeah, we like to watch what she's doing, but she's, this or that or the. You're making a fool out of yourself. Go back in your little corner, honey. Go back in your little thing, you and your stupid husband. Hire a couple meth addicts. You can run your business over there and do your thing. Beautiful. It is what it is, right, Ricky? um, when you have to repeat everything you said on that thing that you did earlier, 9 times you repeated it. I was counting 9 times. That shows that you're a liar. That shows that you're lying. You're trying to put it out there so many times, hoping people will believe it when you know yourself that it's a lie. Psychiatrist. I wrote that down, but I don't know why. How about that? All right, we'll get back to that. I had a guy. I have people send me. I do have people that send me stuff all the time. Only I can prove it because I can show you written. I got to read you one. It says, "I wish you the best, Mr. Lee. My dad told me about your blog. It's so sad that so many get pleasure from destroying other people. I saw her billboard on Church Street, and I honestly thought it was a strip club advertisement. So sad." Another one wrote me and said, "I thought that it was an advertising for a massage parlor." I love that one. Ain't no massage parlor that I'm going to, I can tell you that. And I frequent them, but anyway. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. Cindy, you think you're a disruptor, but you're not smart enough to be a disruptor. You can barely read and write. Hold up a stack of paper, displaying your degrees, but you can't tell anybody where they're from. Just as a test, I asked about 50 people that came in my office if they had a degree and asked them from where. And it only took them about a half a second to tell me. How about that? I think they were proud of it, and you weren't. People ask me about the personal attacks on your looks. This whole thing for me, not only do I want to stop you, I want to let people know who you are so that they don't even think about voting for you. But people ask me about the personal attacks. Because I can. That's pretty much the only reason. Because I can. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. You cannot hurt me. You have tried, believe me, if you could, you would have by now. But you can't hurt me. You have aligned yourself with meth addicts, degenerates, the DiLorenzos of the world. This guy puffs his chest out like he's somebody. I'm doing good for the community. Yeah, why don't you start by paying back all the money that you scammed people out of? And I could just flip and flip and flip and flip through. I paid him for a pool, cash in a bag. Well, first of all, you're a moron. And second of all, that's who he is. Are you kidding me? You were surprised? Did you look this guy up at all? All you have to do is look him up. Put his name in. Rest record, 50 pages I printed off. This is the guy. I'm doing good for that community. Oh, my God. Who you surround yourself with is who you are. Sorry. The difference between you and me is I have credibility, and I have 100 less pounds in each ass cheek. That's the difference between me and you. And I'm not running for mayor, so I could do and say almost whatever I want. It cracks me up. Nothing you do bothers me. And then you report me to Facebook every time I put a post. Could you imagine? You report me. You're putting shit on there about people. You're destroying people's lives. Destroying their lives. Or trying. And you're worried about what I'm saying. You're a real piece of work. Listen, I got some other stuff, but I want to keep this going for the next couple weeks. We'll be doing this every week, and I hope. And I'm not asking for sponsors anymore. I have people that want to sponsor this podcast, and I told them no. You know what? This one's on me. I'm good. It's not about the money. For me, it's about two things. I'm having a ball doing it. Everywhere I go, man, I cannot breathe. Everywhere I go, people stop me and thank me for calling you out. I was in the Ovalon last week. A person said to me out loud in the bar, "You're the only one with enough balls to go after that whore." That was their words. I noticed that you weren't at the Italian Bella Festa, wondering why, unless you were and I didn't see it, which I doubt. You're not really out there politicking, because that people, I think that people think you're a dumbass. You weren't at the meeting the other night, which was a beautiful thing, I heard. And that's really all I've got for today. I would, if you want to come back on and talk about what I've talked about today, explain to your people why you think it was important to make Mr. Keegan's life worse than it already was. If his son did what he is accused of doing, that man will realize that he somehow raised an animal. And I just hate to talk about it. And I never would be talking about it if it wasn't for you. And it was so funny when you said, yeah, but I didn't mention his name. Oh my God. Listen, I got to end this because I really cannot breathe right now from talking. So, like I said, another week or so, we're going to do some other stuff. I think I have a guest next week that's going to shed some light on, who you are. And hopefully we'll see. And, by the way, and Mike, whatever his name is, he's welcome to come on. I'd love to have him on. Hell, I'd pay him to be on. That would be fun. I'd love to know everything I can. So if you're listening, Mike, I'd like to help out too. So if you'd like, just contact me, man. I'll be here. And I feel bad for whatever it is that you're going through. I really do. There's drug addiction in a lot of folks in my family, certainly. And all kidding aside and all stuff aside, I wish you nothing but the best. I really do. And that's it. Until next time, ciao.